Good afternoon. This is the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees of the McAllen Independent School District, which is being held today, Monday, February the 12th, 2024, at 5 p.m. at the Dr. Ricardo Chapa Boardroom of the Administration Building, which is at the McAllen ISD location at 2000 North 23rd Street, McAllen, Texas, 78501. Items listed on this agenda may be taken in order other than shown on this agenda. Unless removed from the consent agenda, items identified within the consent agenda will be acted on at one time. At this meeting, there may be discussion and action by the board on items and subjects listed as follows. We've convened the meeting at 5:05 p.m. We will now have a moment of silence. Thank you. If everyone would please stand, we'll now have the pledges of allegiance. We'll have one of our students, as you can see on the screen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
That was good.
She did a very good job. We'll now proceed to item 4 of public comment. But before we do, just a couple of quick housekeeping. We do have a person sitting in the front with our administrative staff, which is Shelley Long of the Kevin O'Halloran Law Firm, who is present here as legal counsel for the Board of Trustees this evening. We also have John Ball, who's legal counsel, who's coming through online Zoom. And our board president is also attending our meeting via online, as you can see her on the screen, and will be participating in this meeting as well as throughout the afternoon. That takes care of any housekeeping unless any board member has a question or needs clarification. Hearing none, we'll now proceed to the public item number 4, and we'll have a short video that will be presented at this time.
The school board encourages public comments at all board meetings. According to Board Policy BED Local, board meetings and public participation and related district administrative procedures and practices. Persons wanting to make a statement to the board are required to register with the superintendent's secretary 1 hour prior to the start of the scheduled meeting. Audience participation at a board meeting is limited to the early stages of a meeting. At all other times during a board meeting, the audience shall not enter into discussion or debate on matters being considered by the board unless requested. Each participant is limited to 2 minutes per meeting to make comments to the board. At regular board meetings, the board shall permit public comments regardless of whether the topic is an item on the agenda posted with notice of the meeting. At all other board meetings, public comments shall be limited to only items on the agenda posted with notice of the meeting. The board shall not deliberate or decide regarding any subject that is not included on the agenda posted with notice of the meeting. If an issue mentioned is on tonight's agenda, the board will defer discussion of the issue until the appropriate time during the meeting. Should the speaker drift from the stated subject or becomes disruptive or abusive, he or she shall be given 1 warning. If a second warning is required, then the speaker may forfeit the remaining time allotment. The board shall not tolerate disruption of the meeting by members of the audience. The board has adopted complaint policies that are designed to secure at the lowest administrative level a prompt and equitable resolution of complaints and concerns. Please refer to the following policies. Student and or parent complaints should refer to policy FNG. Employees refer to policy DGBA, and citizens can refer to policy GF. Copies of district policies are available on the McAllen ISD website at mcallenisd.org.
Reuniones de la Junta Directiva, participación pública. En las reuniones ordinarias de la Junta permitirá comentarios públicos independientemente de si el tema es un tema de la agenda publicada con el aviso de la reunión. En todas las demás reuniones de la Junta, los comentarios públicos se limitarán a los puntos de la agenda publicados con el aviso de la reunión. Las personas que deseen participar durante la parte de la reunión designada para comentarios públicos deberán registrarse con el funcionario que preside o su designado antes del comienzo de la reunión, como se especifica en los procedimientos de la Junta sobre comentarios públicos, e indicarán el punto o tema de la agenda sobre el cual desean dirigir a la Junta. Los comentarios públicos se producirán al comienzo de la reunión, excepto a lo permitido por esta póliza. Los procedimientos de la Junta sobre comentarios públicos. Los comentarios de un individuo a la Junta no excederán los 2 minutos por reunión. Cuando sea necesario, para una gestión eficaz de la reunión o para dar cavidad a un gran número de personas que deseen dirigirse a la Junta, el funcionario que preside puede hacer ajustes a los procedimientos de comentarios públicos, incluido ajustar cuando se producirán los comentarios públicos durante la reunión, reordenar los puntos de la agenda, diferir los comentarios públicos sobre temas que no están en la agenda, continuar los temas de la agenda para una reunión posterior, brindar mayores oportunidades para comentarios públicos o establecer un límite de tiempo general para comentarios públicos y ajustar el tiempo asignado a cada orador. Sin embargo, a ninguna persona se le dará menos de 1 minuto para hacer comentarios. Se puede proporcionar información fáctica y específica o una descripción de la póliza existente en respuesta a consultas, pero la Junta no deliberará ni decidirá sobre ningún tema que no esté incluido en la agenda publicado con aviso de la reunión. El funcionario que preside o su designado determinará si una persona que se dirige a la Junta ha intentado resolver un asunto administrativamente a través de los canales de resolución establecidos por la póliza. En caso contrario, se remitirá al individuo a la póliza correspondiente para buscar resolución. Quejas de los empleados, DGBA. Quejas de estudiantes o padres, FNG. Quejas públicas, GF. La Junta no tolerará la interrupción de la reunión por parte de miembros de la audiencia. Si después de al menos una advertencia, funcionario que preside, cualquier individuo que continúe perturbando la reunión con sus palabras o acciones, el funcionario que preside puede solicitar asistencia de los funcionarios encargados de hacer cumplir la ley para sacar a la persona de la reunión.
Thank you. We'll now proceed to 2 speakers this evening. The first speaker is Mr. Lupe Chavez. The topics is 10A3, interlocal with the City of McAllen, 10C2, proposed board policy GKG local, 10D6, inclusive park, and 11E, recommendations by HR. Mr. Chavez, if you would. You have 2 minutes. As you know, the clock's ticking, and we'll proceed whenever you start speaking. Thank you.
Thank you, Board President, community members. I'm going to recommend that the minutes state the following, that I appeared here before council to remind the school board and our new superintendent that I see a lot of similarities between Brownsville and here. Brownsville's also in a deficit around 14 million. We just had a workshop here where we're approximately 14 million also. All I saw was a lot of copy and paste of financial data, reports that weren't even necessary, like the birth rate. The birth rate's not going to help you solve these problems. The historical data on employees isn't going to help you solve these problems. Also, we have people from Brownsville that, for example, Ms. Aguilar Crandall, retired elementary librarian, had concerns about the former Brownsville superintendent, and that it was a personality and that was not accessible. I still see differences here where some people get access and other people don't, depending on perhaps maybe your color of skin, because after all, this is McAllen. Also want to remind the public here that, that we're signing agreements with the City of McAllen. Now, these are facts. The City of McAllen, McAllen Municipal Judge Ernesto Aliceda, Municipal Judge Marcus Barrera, former City Commissioner, signed false warrants by McAllen PD. We also know that lawyers can't, these are their professional conduct. The law firm of Demurath Castillo, Ben Castillo, they represent PSJ ISD. They conducted election fraud in the 2022 election. It's all there. But our Terry Palacios, our district attorney, doesn't want to file criminal charges because he's been bribed. Former district attorney Ricardo Rodriguez, his nephew, was also bribed by FAR. UTRGV is also involved. You can't be involved in these agreements with them because they're violating the law.
Mr. Chavez, thank you very much. Our second speaker this afternoon is Mrs. Sylvia Tanguma, and her topic is ESSER funding.
Good evening, President Alizada, Dr. Gutierrez, and trustees. I'm going to start off by thanking you for the work and effort you put into our school district, and we know that we all appreciate it. I am here because of the recent ESSER funding talks. Although these monies may have already been allotted or set aside by the previous board, it is of utmost importance that you recall and that the community realize that the ESSER monies were given to school districts too, and I took this from TEA. Focus on students impacted most by the pandemic in student groups such as students from low-income families, students with disabilities, students of color, English learners, migratory students, students experiencing homelessness, and children and youth in foster care. And with that, these are some examples of how ESSER 3 funds can be spent on the aforementioned underrepresented student groups. Extended day or extended year activities designed to recover lost instructional time, including costs associated with transportation. Providing language accommodations for English learners to increase their access to content and participation in programs and services. Activities that respond to social and emotional learning needs of students, including professional development and wraparound services. Supporting existing educators and staff in adding bilingual education, special ed, or other specialized certifications by covering the costs associated with earning those certifications. Compensatory services to address lost instructional time, implementing child find policies and procedures, providing positive behavioral supports and interventions and mental health services. Supporting capacity building activities and improving the delivery of services to improve results for students, increasing specialized support staffing who are specially trained in outreach, transporting students experiencing homelessness or who are in foster care to schools of origin, assisting with rising mental health and behavioral needs. There's more, and these are all examples from TEA. I also want to say that unfortunately our previous board
I'm sorry, I'm just talking about, you need to wrap it up real quick.
Really stretched the meaning of the ESSER 3 funding to be able to get ESSER funds to community projects.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This concludes the public comment portion, item number 4 of the public agenda, and thank you for the speakers for joining us this afternoon. We'll now proceed to item number 5, Superintendent's Report. Dr. Gutierrez.
Yes, in the second episode of Super Excellence, our spotlight shines on the child nutrition program, showcasing its pivotal role in fostering the health and well-being of our students. And we have a video that we're showing to the community and to everyone what our child nutrition department is doing behind the scenes to prepare the meals for our students every day. Hello everyone, this is Dr. Rene Gutierrez, Superintendent of the McAllen Independent School District. Today, we are going to be visiting the Child Nutrition Program. The Child Nutrition Program in our school district is a very important department because they serve all the meals for our students in elementary, middle school, and high school. They provide breakfast and lunch, and many times after-school snacks. It plays a very important role in our school district, and with me, I have our Child Nutrition Director, Ms. Sonia Esquivel, who's going to show me around what's going on behind the scenes with our child nutrition program and the meals that they prepare on a daily basis.
This is our central kitchen where we prepare thousands of meals for our students every day. And so as you can see here, this is a little bit of an assembly line where they are preparing for our construction schools to receive their lunches or dinners on a daily basis.
All right. Now, once they prepare these trays, they are taken to the campuses?
Correct.
Okay.
They're stored in hot trays or hot warmers.
Okay.
And held and then transported to the schools for service.
Very nice, very nice. It's amazing the number of meals that we prepare.
Absolutely.
15,000 in the morning, 15,000 at noon. So you're looking at a total of about 30,000 meals per day.
Which equals out to about 6.1 million meals in a regular school year, not including our summer program.
Over 6 million meals on a yearly basis when you total everything up on the number of days.
Yes,
that
sir.
the kids come to school. Mrs. Esquivel, wow, this is one of my favorite meals when I was in school, pizza. You cannot go wrong when
That's
you serve pizza. This is the best pizza that you can have in town. And so can you tell me about the nutritional requirements? I know that there's some requirements that we need to follow for our students, and as much as we like pizza, it has to have certain ingredients or requirements before we can serve it. So can you tell me more about it?
Yes, sir. So one of the challenges we always have as a department, right, is that we want to ensure that kids are receiving the food that they love to eat, like pizza, right?
Okay.
But also, like you mentioned, you know, that we're complying with USDA nutritional standards. And so everything that we purchase for the child nutrition program falls within that category.
Gracias por lo que hacen y síguenle adelante. Okay?
Gracias.
Muchas gracias. Okay, so this is where is the freezers, and as you can see, it's an industrial type of a freezer where all the food is kept cold, frozen, until it's ready to serve. So tell me more about it.
Sir, it's cold.
It's a little cold, but let's do it.
All right, so yeah, so this is where we store all of our food. We are able to receive directly from a lot of our manufacturers because we have such a big storage. So on pizza, we just talked about pizza. We're able to order over 600 cases of pizza monthly that come directly from the manufacturer to our central warehouse here.
So this is now the warehouse, and can you tell me more about the warehouse and the items that we keep in here?
Yes, sir. So this is our what we consider our dry storage. And so again, you know, we have a big enough storage area that we're able to receive. We probably have anywhere between 12,000, 13,000 cases being held in our hold warehouse. So like I like to say, this kind of acts like, we act like the Sams of our department.
What we have here is the delivery trucks. This is the delivery area or also the pickup area.
Correct.
Because we're standing right here on a ramp. This is the inside of a truck. Obviously, we have several of these trucks that you can see around. They pick up the meals and then they deliver to the campuses. So can you tell me a little more about this delivery area and pickup area?
Sure. Our department has 10 delivery trucks where we're able to, you know, support any campus for anything that they might need. So for the most part, we have routes that go out daily to go deliver hot food, go deliver weekly orders, bi-weekly orders to campuses. Like Warehouse was saying, they get orders, they fill them, and then we have schedules for those to go out.
And it's very important to have a meal program for our kids because that's how they're going to learn better in the classroom. And so thank you for being part of the instructional process in the school district as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gutierrez. We now go to, this is still your area, so the next report is 5B. Still you.
Yes, thank you. The McAllen Education Foundation provides support to help foster excellence and enhance educational opportunities for students in McAllen ISD. They held their second annual McAllen Education Foundation bowling tournament this past Saturday, very successful. I want to thank everyone that was involved in this bowling tournament for raising funds for our students. We have a short video of that event, as well as we have some members of the McAllen Education Foundation present who will be presenting more on what they're doing this year and how they're working with us and the fundraisers that we are having with them throughout the year. So we're going to take a look at the video, and then we're going to have Ms. Aisha go.
So today we're at the second annual McAllen Education Foundation Bowling Tournament. We have teams of 5 where we have teachers from all of our schools in the districts that have come to kind of show us their stuff.
I'd like to thank the McAllen Education Foundation, the board, along with all our McAllen ISD family for coming together for this good cause and raising monies for our students. All the proceeds of this tournament will go to help students from the McAllen Independent School District.
We raised upwards of about $150,000 this year, which is kind of a big deal. I didn't think that was going to happen for a bowling tournament, but I'm impressed. I'm from McAllen myself, so I'm very proud. Next year, we're looking to raise upwards of 250,000, which when I heard that, I said, I didn't think that was going to be possible, but it looks like it is. We did 150 this year. Next year, 250. I'm all in. Next year, gobble San Lucas.
We have
Thank you for
Ms.
putting
Aisha
that
Gonzalez and
together.
Ms. Christine Wallace.
Thank you, thank you. Good evening, Dr. Gutierrez and McAllen ISD Board of Trustees. My name is Aisha Gonzalez, and this is Ms. Christine Wallace. We are here proudly representing the McAllen Education Foundation as not only board members, but as local business owners, and more importantly, as proud MISD parents. We were asked to attend this meeting to provide you with an update on the activities going on within the organization and the efforts we are putting in to fundraise for the foundation, who in turn awards your teachers and students with well-deserved scholarships and grants. Just a quick history about the McAllen Education Foundation. The nonprofit organization was formed in 1996 and has funded over 500 grants worth over $600,000, which has benefited more than 60,000 students. The foundation provides support to help foster excellence and enhance educational opportunities for students in McAllen ISD by funding innovative teaching grants, helping to send students to different international summer educational experiences, and providing student scholarships for your top entrepreneurial student groups. In recent news, the McAllen Education Foundation Board worked tirelessly to organize our second annual bowling tournament that took place this past Sunday, February 10th, this past Saturday, I'm sorry. It's a blur. This weekend was crazy. I'm happy to announce that the event was a complete success. There were 38 teams and 2 fun lanes with our Board of Trustees, with every single school in attendance and participating, sending 5 teachers, staff, administrators to bowl. Everyone had so much fun. There were a lot of laughs. It was just a great time, and it was so great to see all of you there. Ms. Kittleman, we did miss you, but we had you.
She was there.
Yes, we did have. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So McAllen Education Foundation awarded the first place team, which was Kathy Middle School, a $3,000 school grant. The second place team was McAllen High School, and that was a $2,000 school grant. And the third place team was Brown Middle School, and that was a $1,000 school grant. Now, our elementary schools recommended that next year we separate them because that the middle schools and high schools have a lot more teachers to pick from. The elementary does not. So they want 2 different divisions. So we're going to talk about that. The foundation was able to raise a grand total of $151,200 in monetary and non-monetary contributions. The board would like to thank our extremely generous sponsors, which included 5 turkeys, as you saw our turkey sponsors up there, 5 $5,000 sponsors, 18 $2,500 sponsorships, 29 $1,500 sponsorships, and 52 $500 sponsorships. All of you know this very well, but I need to say it on the record. We live in a great city with amazing support from our local businesses. It truly takes a village to make an event like this such a success. And we know that none of this would have been possible without all of our sponsors. I speak from experience when I say that asking businesses to sponsor an event that helps fund all of the activities mentioned earlier is an easy sell. Our business partners proudly sponsor our events because they believe in McAllen ISD, they believe in our teachers, they believe in our staff, but most importantly, they believe in our students. On behalf of the McAllen Education Foundation, we would like to thank you for inviting us to come and update you on our efforts. We look forward to visiting with you monthly to continue providing you with these updates as the year progresses. We hope you have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam President, do you wish to make a comment on behalf of the board?
Thank you so much, Trustee Salazar. I was just thinking, I mean, what everybody in the room is thinking, incredible. Thank you so much. With the teacher grants are so important. We couldn't do it without this incredible foundation. We're so excited this new kickoff. So thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll now go to item 6, recognitions. We have none. Number 7, proclamations. We have none. Donations. We have none, aside from what MEF just reported. And then we'll now proceed to the consent agenda.
I would like to.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Chair Saldivar, may I make a motion that we recess the 5 p.m. meeting and reopen the 4 p.m. workshop?
Yes.
Okay, you want to go ahead and make that motion, Madam President? Is that your motion?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Trustee Aliceta and seconded by Trustee Lopez that we recess the 5 o'clock meeting at 5:30 p.m. Any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to a vote. You have a comment?
I was hoping
Trustee Regalado?
we could take up one issue, but that's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, proceed to a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. We have Trustee Aliceta is voting yea. We have a 7-0 vote to recess the 5 o'clock meeting at 5:30. So we have recessed that. We'll now reopen the meeting at a 4 p.m. meeting. 5 p.m. We're reopening now at 5:31. And we're on topic number 3, which is the 2024, well, let me go back to the top. This is the board workshop of the Board of Trustees in the McAllen Independent School District, which started at 4 p.m. today, Monday, February the 12th, 2024, in the Dr. Ricardo Chapa Boardroom, Administration Building of the McAllen Independent School District, 2000 North 23rd Street, McAllen, Texas, 78501. At this meeting, there are discussions by the board on items and subjects as listed as follows. We've already had open to the meeting before, public comment. We had none for 4. We now go back to item number 3, which is the 2024-2025 first budget workshop. Dr. Gutierrez.
Well, we are open for any questions or any more suggestions from the board so that when we have our next budget workshop, we can prepare for those other items that you may want us to talk about. But for now, just know that we're going to present the staff study and then look at the compensation plan, those changes that I talked about, that we are going to provide you with a summary of all of the changes and the cost of that.
Fair enough. Did any board member have any questions this time? The last we left, I think Trustee Pena, you had kind of deferred your time. If you want to pick it up again.
I'd like to.
I'm finding my place.
Okay, thank you. I had a comment when we were discussing options earlier. It is a great program. It's unique to McAllen ISD. I love that we offer that to our students, especially those that are feeling maybe uncomfortable, separated from their other peers for whatever reason. Should we have to, and I'm not saying we're going to, make any kind of a move in that respect because of our budgetary situation, I have complete and full faith that those programs would continue, or that programming would continue at our comprehensive schools. In particular, I wanted to speak about the counseling.